Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. And this Lord I see hideth his sunrise and sundown. Him a go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never a go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yay! The heathen them now they saw them there like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment, not the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous, for the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous, and the way of the sin among them always and always. I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah! Where two and three meeting in the name of the Most High Jah, and that's so Jah there. If Jah never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jah never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and praises unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda, Amasa, Naguste, Daniel, Komaya Sataya, Aimana Pio, Aya, Kadamawe, Grumabe, Atela. This is the Black Pot, aka KOKO, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot rests on the fire, you know that it's time for our nutritious, sumptuous delicacies. My brother, my sister. Now the philosophy behind the black pot is that it is a unifying force in the African family. Anytime it is resting on the fire, we all put away our differences and come together to eat from the same pot. My brother, my sister, if one man is poisoned, the whole family is poisoned. If one man is nourished, the whole family is nourished. Now look at the principle behind the cookery. Watch this. Ingredients of different colors, shapes, and sizes. Oh, and at the same time, tastes. Come together in one pot to produce one homogeneous product. And that is the food we eat. All the ingredients agree to disagree. They put away their colors, their sizes and shapes, and even tastes and preferences. Come together to produce that one homogeneous product that is so sumptuous and nutritious. My brother, my sister, in the spirit of the black pot, in the spirit of unity, can we put away all our differences, our different skin color shades, and come together to produce development for our people, our land, and our continent? That is the black pot, aka KOKO, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. We are live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV, loud on Blakk TV, our own TV, and of course, loud on Ghana Web TV. Do business with us. The truth is very bitter. It stands alone. It's an orphan. But we are rewiring the minds of the next generation and even this generation so we can have a better country, better land, better people, better continent. That is why you must give us the financial muscle to be able to garner and go through, right? Pick up our numbers off the screen. Call us via WhatsApp, free call. You can also give us a regular call. Let us look at how we can promote your business. What is your budget? Let's deal with that. In the interim, it's time for today's business. Come along. Now, the very first thing I would like to look at is this that is rolling on your screen right now. Justice. Key in judiciary. EC success. Watch the headline. Justice. Key in judiciary. EC success. In other words, justice is a required product. It's a required virtue when it comes to our judiciary. And by judiciary, we're talking about the law courts, the lawyers, the magistrates, the judges, and all that entity that pronounce judgment. The EC is what puts into power the new government and remove the old government. The EC is that entity that translates the verdict of the people into law. So if there is no justice, the two institutions would fail. True? My brother, my sister. But who is saying this? Oh, former President John Dramani Mahama. He has spoken. What is he saying? Watch the headlines. And I'm reading this from Ghana Web. It says, Ghana must have a judiciary that delivers impartial justice. EC that ensures inclusiveness. And when you read, what does it say? Former President John Dramani Mahama appears to have taken a swipe at state institutions, including the Judiciary, the Ghana Police Service, and the Electoral Commission, EC of Ghana, in a series of tweets. The former president, in tweets that were shared on Saturday, October 8, 2022, suggested that these institutions are not currently performing their mandates efficiently. He said that the EC, for instance, should not be doing the bidding of the party in power, and the police must serve Ghanaians and not intimidate them. A judiciary owes it a duty to deliver impartial justice to the people. An ombudsman owes a duty of care to the people to investigate all issues of malfeasance. A police force should exist to serve the people and not rain terror on them. Wow. An electoral commission owes a sacred duty of care to the people by ensuring they are included in the electoral process and not excluded in the interests of the incumbent administration. An independent media owes it to the people to not only report facts without bias, but to hold the government of the day accountable. Parts of the tweets said. The former president shared the tweets together with pictures from his speech at the official opening dinner of the second 500 CEO Summit, hosted by Liberty University, Virginia, USA, where he, Mahama, was celebrated for governing wisely, advocating and achieving a consistent track record on economic development, women's participation in education, and enhancing economic growth. That's it away. My brother, my sister, this is clear, isn't it? Did I say anything more? Virginia University in America awarded the president, celebrated him. So the former president was there. They celebrated him. And he took the opportunity, my brother, my sister, to tweet using the photographs of the celebration to be able to carry his message across to the rest of the world, especially to Ghanaians, that yes, I have been celebrated in one way or the other for doing A, B, C, D, E, F. Let us not forget that the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana AKUFO-ADDO'S, has also flown all the way to France, where Luz University is giving him a doctorate degree. It's not a merited one. In fact, it is one that is supposed to be honorary. In other words, he didn't sit in the lecture hall to do research and merit that certificate in one way or the other. But via some other achievement, he's been called so that they will honor him with a doctorate degree. But I ask myself, what is the doctorate degree? Is it doctor of inefficiency, doctor of arrogance, doctor of nonsense, doctor of what? I'm interested in knowing. What kind of doctorate are they giving to the president? I want to know. Doctor of poor governance? The president who has run this country aground to the lowest level. The president who has given the World Bank the opportunity to call us paupers. The government that has given the IMF the opportunity to come over and look down on us, despite our gold, our diamond, our iron ore, and so on and so forth. What are these people awarding this dirty president for? What are you honoring him for? I want to know. Look at the number of people in Africa that you could be awarding. But no, you look for an ego-bloated president who has run aground this country with no respect for anybody. The man in his tenure of office, yes, I'm saying and I repeat, the man in whose tenure of office this country has suffered the most since independence. In fact, before independence. In fact, even before slavery. The man in whose tenure of office, my brother, my sister, we are seeing the dollar rise beyond 10 Ghana cedis and it's 11 Ghana cedis and above now. Today when I checked, it was 11.05. At the time, just a few years back, it was $1 to 1 Ghana cedi. Today, it's 11 cedis to $1. And you are awarding him for what? For doing your bidding? Mahama was also corrupt. But the account people have a say, you see, you bow soon twice. We can fall back. In other words, when you take 2 slaps, you will rate one above the other. Oh, this one was hotter than the other one. They both gave us pain, but one has given us more pain, and that is Nana Akufo-Addo. Lutz University, shame on you. Shame on you. If I had gone to that university, I would have returned the certificate to you. Do you see the suffering of the people of Ghana? They asked him to also give a lecture. A lecture on what? Poor governance. What kind of lecture is this man going to give you? A man who has no respect for traditional authority. A man who is most corrupt, more corrupt than Satan. Then you call him and you are awarding him. Anyway, Mahama has tweeted. He's tweeted all the virtues. Mahama, when you were in power, you did so many things that made Ghanaians angry. For instance, you referred to yourself as the dead goat. I remember when you said that when you are wagging a knife in front of a dead goat, threatening it, it doesn't care after all, it's dead already, and that you were the dead goat. Since when have you resurrected? Are you the Jesus of the animal kingdom? Now you are a resurrected Jesus Christ goat. You shouldn't have made that statement. That statement you made told us that you didn't care. You were as arrogant as Nana Addo. Today you want to come back. I'm glad that you apologize for some of the things that you did. But apologies can open the door. But what you do inside the room after opening the door is most important. I pray that when you come back into power, if God wills, you are able to leave a legacy. Yes, you did some things which Ghanaians are holding on to and praising you now. But don't let it get into your head. You know the mistakes you made. When you become president again, please make sure that your eye will be fixated on the legacy, the Ghanaian. Now you are preaching that the police should serve the people and not the what? Not the what? The government in power by raining terror and intimidation on the people. Right? So when you come, do the same. Make sure that it's all about the people. After all, democracy is a government by the people, for the people, and what? So on and so forth. You talked about the EC. Of course, your own EC gave the verdict to the opposition. We would applaud you for that you did not try to circumvent justice. It happened. And you came out and congratulated them. Congratulations. How about the judiciary? In your tenure of office, the election also went to court and they gave it to you. Many were those who said the path of justice was circumvented. Whatever it was, when you return into power, make sure that it's the people that you will serve and no other person. That is my word. You are saying that, right? Justice is key. What is the motto of Ghana? Freedom and justice. Do we have the freedom? Yes. As compared to a lot of other African countries, we do have the freedom of speech. But do we have freedom when it comes to the economy? Are we liberated economically? Certainly no. The Ghana cedi is the second worst performing currency in the world under Nana Akufo-Addo. And they are shamelessly going around taking awards. For what? Do you know why I withdrew from all awards in Ghana? Because they are not merited. They are bought. From VGMA, 3 music awards, what awards. Maybe the only credible one was ECRAG or something, which got scraped along the line. How do you give me an award and ask me to vote for it, pay for it? That is what Nana Akufo-Addo is doing. You don't merit the award. My brother, my sister, this is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunimo, where we speak truth to power. Come along. The next thing I would like to look at is interesting. What is it saying? Watch it. Agrada arrested again in fraud allegations. Oh, Mama Pat. Who is Agrada? That's it. This is the Agrada that we know. A fetish priestess. She was able to command money. Money laundering. Money doubling. She was on TV. In fact, she owned 2 stations at a time. And she sat on her, swindled people, and the authorities sat back watching, mouth agape. Like that. They did nothing to her. Until it became too obvious that the country was becoming a cassava republic. They arrested her, closed down her TV station, and all of a sudden, she got into a serious tango with some Christian men of God, notably Reverend Usu Bempa, and she picked up the Bible and said she had now become a Christian. Look at the 2 different pictures. Just oppose them. Bring the first picture. You see the first picture? You see the dressing? Amulets and, all those things around the bansere. All that, Bring the next picture. All the bansere gone. Now holding the Bible. She said she was evangelist. She couldn't say evangelist. She said evangelist. Mama Pat. There she is. My brother, my sister. She opened the church. Big church. People were running there. 2 weeks ago, she announced that she had commanded billions of Ghana cedis that she was going to share amongst the church members. And she invited all the members from across Ghana to come over. And the church was packed to capacity. Packed. They were waiting for Mama Pat to come and give them money. But the condition was that they should bring money. In other words, collection. The more you bring, the more you get. And yes, they came there. She took their money and she couldn't give them back the promise that she made. You see some of the people crying. Agrada, aka Mama Pat. Look at the church members. This woman wailed her intestines out because her money had been taken by evangelist Mama Pat and nothing was given to her. Heaven Way Church at Wager. Flooding had already taken over the whole area 2 weeks back. The water is receding gradually. Now, another flood has happened. Mama Pat did this. But what are the headlines saying? Members of Nana Agrada's church cry foul, accuse her of money doubling scam. Watch the story. What does it say? Some members of the Heavenly Church in Wager have accused their leader, Evangelist Mama Pat, popularly known as Nana Agrada, of cleverly deceiving them and running away with their monies, according to the aggrieved congregants. Nana Agrada had earlier promised to double their monies through her special spiritual endowments. Based on this assurance, the affected worshippers said they were convinced to give her various sums in expectation of multiplied outcomes. In their view, this marks of a well-orchestrated scheme by the preacher to trick them out of their sweat money. The angry and betrayed congregants, therefore, trooped to the church premises on Saturday in search of answers from evangelist Mama Pat. Some of them who were spotted in the viral video intimated that they had given huge sums to Nana Agrada, ranging from 1,000 Ghana cedis to 20,000 Ghana cedis. In their view, Agrada has run away with their money. In their view, they have to do something. Some carried chairs to replace what Agrada had taken from them. But the police was quick to go in there, stop the whole thing, and arrest Mama Pat. Now she's been arrested. She's in handcuffs. Nana Agrada arrested. And what is the police saying? The police have arrested Patricia Asieduah, alias Nana Agrada, following allegations of money doubling scam leveled against her by some members of the public. The suspect is currently assisting the police with investigations. In a statement issued on October 2022, the police said anyone who is a victim of the alleged money doubling scam should report to the Accra Regional Police Command for further action and to assist in the investigation. In the interim, this is what the police gave out, directing people to where they should come. Nana Agrada says she's innocent. But those people who are coming to report should also know that they will be arrested. It's a crime to do money doubling. So both you and the person who is supposed to be doubling the money, you are going to be arrested. It's like you've sold cocaine to somebody and the person has swindled you, then you go to the police and report to the police that you sold cocaine, hard-earned cocaine, coke, drugs to somebody and the person has run away with your money. You will be arrested first and foremost because you are doing illegal business. And the one patronizing the illegal business would also be arrested. My brother, why are Ghanaians like that? A fetish priestess who has been there for only God knows how long. I won't pronounce judgment on anybody. All of a sudden tells you that she's a woman of God. She's holding the Bible. And if you watch the church services, you will puke. She's there singing, Agrada come like Kakai. Hey, hey, hey. Agrada come like Kakai. Hey, hey, hey. Maba, maba. Agrada missing maba, maba. No preaching, nothing. Playing the buffoonery in church. She's been able to swindle you. Why? My brother, my sister. Anyway, her name Agrada means thunder. Am I right? Or is it lightning? Thunder. Agrada. She has struck all her church members with thunder. They are thunder struck. Thunder struck. When I return, I have more. But remember that I have a quote for you. And it's a quote on fraud. She made a promise to them. Did she fulfill the promise? What is fraud? All in one. We shall see. My name, Blakk Rasta. Hey! Wayo! This is the Blakk Pot, aka KOKO Show, where we speak truth to power. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Remember, our numbers are rolling on your screen. Do business with us. When you speak the truth, you become an orphan, because the truth itself is the master orphan. But remember that we are rewiring the minds of our people. People have asked me this in several interviews. Blakk Rasta, when you become president, what would you be doing? I know I will never be president. I'm a kingmaker. I will reduce myself to the level of the king. I will never be president. I make presidents and I make kings. That's my calling. You understand? And I know it. You understand? But if I ever become president in my dreams, what I will do is to rewire the thinking, the minds, the mindset of our people. Our biggest problem is not a problem of schools, not a problem of hospitals. It's a problem of the mindset. That's why at independence, Nkrumah said, we should be happy that we had independence, but the bigger thing is for us to change our attitudes. My brother, my sister, it's attitude now. You see us stealing from our own coffers. You see us destroying things that we used our own sweat to build. Then later we become slaves to some people who loan us money. We have gold, yet we don't own shares in Ashanti Gold anymore. Ash Gold Ashanti, right? You check it out, and it's terrible. My brother, my sister, it's all the mindset. When the mindset of the generations are changed, and they know they have to be patriotic and not political, that is when we will see the beginning of the success of this country. I want to see that. You want to see that. Do business with us. Give us that financial muscle so that we'll be able to develop a better Ghana, a better Africa, a better people, a better land. This is the Blakk Pot, aka KOKO Show No More, where we speak truth to power. Come! Next one I would like us to look at is this thing that everybody's talking about. And lazy countries around Africa are blaming their woes on the Russian-Ukrainian war. Watch the headline. World war in the offing in Russia, Ukraine, Tango. My brother, my sister, Ukraine was invaded by Russia. Russia doesn't like the word invade. Russia says it's only disciplining a very recalcitrant neighbor. America has gone in to supply weapons to Ukraine. Some other countries have done that to help Ukraine defend itself. We saw patriotism in Ukraine when people from different countries saw Ukrainians leaving other countries that they were in to return to their country to defend it. Ukraine used to be part of Russia till they broke away. Today we are hearing about Crimea. Was it Crimea? My brother, my sister. Bombs flying all over the place. Russia has annexed it. Russia and Ukraine are bombing each other, killing each other. Now we are hearing that more Russians are going down the drain. And the crazy Putin says he is going to use nuclear weapons now. Watch this. Ukraine war. World must act now to stop Russia nuclear threat. And this is Zelensky. He is the president of Ukraine. This is what he's saying. And he spoke in English and also in his Ukrainian language, aka Russian. My brother, my sister, America has been supplying weapons to Ukraine. Some other countries have been doing that. Now, Russia says, America, you are going to be added to the war because you are supporting an enemy. Therefore, we are going to fight you and the Ukrainians. We'll start with the Ukrainians. Nuclear weapons are going to start flying. My brother, you know what a nuclear weapon is? It is one nuclear head is capable of destroying a whole city and killing over 1 million people at just. Russia has more nuclear heads in the world than any other country, followed by America. Russia has close to 4,000 nuclear heads as it stands right now. One nuclear head can feed the whole of Africa for months. That's how expensive it is. Men will deny humanity good liberty in order to produce weapons of terror weapons of destruction. Why would a man not be thinking about how to make the world get better, but rather how to destroy the world? One nuclear head can destroy a whole city. For a country like Togo, half a nuclear head is enough to wipe it and wipe its foundations and everything. For a country like Jamaica, a quarter of a nuclear head is enough to destroy the whole island. Sometimes I sit back and I ask myself, why would men be thinking about this? How to wipe generations rather than how to feed and promote life? But this is what Russia wants to do. My brother, do you see a world war looming? Are we ready for that? By just this tango, Russia-Ukraine tango, which people call war, so many countries are already suffering. Some lazy African countries are blaming their woes on this. Yet, the whole of Africa can fight for only God knows for how many trillion years. It will not affect Russia. Neither would it affect Ukraine, because we don't matter. We have sold our birthright to these people long ago. Watch it. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russian officials have begun to prepare their society for the possible use of nuclear weapons, but added he does not believe Russia is ready to use them. In an interview with the BBC, President Zelensky denied having edged strikes on Russia, claiming that an earlier remark had been mistranslated. You must use preventive kicks, he said, referring to sanctions, not attacks. Dash it away. Dash it. Dash it away. America is threatening that the moment Russia uses nuclear weapons on Ukraine, America would also attack Ukraine. Can you imagine an American-Russian war? It is Russia and a smaller country called Ukraine, and the whole world is suffering. Let alone two big giants. When the elephants are fighting, it's the grass that suffers. America, Russia, that will be World War X. World War X. Are you ready for it? Africa, where is the food security? You are busily looking for gold, diamonds, and destroying your land. No arable lands in Africa anymore. You are destroying your land. You are planting commercial crops like cocoa and the rest to feed foreign industries. You are not looking at the maize, the corn, the guinea corn, the millet, the potatoes, the wheat, the food that you eat regularly, the mainstay. Everybody wants to produce rubber because America needs it. Liberia has been turned into a rubber plantation for America. Nobody is planting corn anymore. Everybody is planting cocoa, soya bean, and all that. But Russia and Ukraine are still planting wheat. Now your bread price has increased. You are crying. Yet your cocoa that you were asked to produce, the price keeps coming down. Can you see? I'm looking for one African country that will behave like Ghana and Nkrumah. I'm looking at one African country that will behave like Burkina Faso under Sankara. That look, forget about the cash crops now, so-called commercial crops. Let us look at the food that our people eat. Grow what you eat and eat what you grow. Let's be self-sufficient. Subsistence farming, commercial farming, let's all come together. Or else, I'm not a prophet of doom. If America and Russia strike, we will all become skeletons. Let me leave it here. But before I go, Russia, I beg you, we know you are powerful. We know you can kill all of us and go to hell. but we still love our lives. Please leave us alone. We know you are powerful. We know that you have all the weapons. Please, we beg you. America, we know you are powerful. We know that you are the most powerful country in the world. Please, we don't want another war. We beg you. We need our lives. Our children are now growing. They need to see what the world is all about. When I return, I have more for you. Hey! Wayo!
My name is Waris, but all of you know me as Comedian Waris. I come from a home where cleanliness is not only next to godliness, but a must. We seldom fell ill, and we saved our doctor this headache. At an early age, my mother introduced us to our best gift ever, PJ's Acid Cleaner. PJ's Acid Cleaner kills 99% of all germs and keeps your WCs, marbles, tiles, and concrete floors sparkling new and clean. In fact, you don't need any extra muscle when it comes to PJ's Acid Cleaner. It has all the muscle. When my fiancée, Mamiya, first visited me, I almost lost her. She didn't believe I was single, lived alone, and without a house help. Yet my house had this great fragrance and was always clean. I had to reveal my secret, PJ's Acid Cleaner, my family's greatest gift.
For bulk purchases, please call 0244 624 526 or 0262 233 243.
Luxury home. It's a beauty place for every woman. We do braids, wave caps, weave-ons, nails, pedicure, manicure, waxing, massages. We do everything concerning beauty. So if any lady is thinking about beauty, I believe this is the right place for you to be. Nail training here, we do braids training, we do wave caps installation, we do waxing. I mean, anything that we do, the services that we render here, we also train people. So if you want to be a master in nails, if you want to be a professional nail technician, this is the right place for you to be. We will train you and make sure you are a professional, not just any nail tech. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we train you to be your own boss. We have international trainers who train you to fit in anywhere in the world. We have our one-man training, and we also have 2 weeks. It's between 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on the individual. Whatever you want, we give it to you. At Chic Luxury Beauty Home, we give you quality yet affordable. So come and get trained and be your own boss.
My sister Paulina and a day after.
You can't seminar. You better free. Abus chapter.
Hey, babe! Sister Paulina, we're reading glasses here, China, Hebrews.
Hey, madam!
Tina Tet Hayan Herbal Capsule, a drawing Tina Brewati Semi. Me ready, I mention glasses. Obroni Bessie, see clear.
Hey, no crow. Tina Tet Hayan Herbal Capsules, a full supplement for good vision and not recommended for children below 12 years, asthmatic patients, pregnant and breastfeeding mothers.
A drawing baby atwa, got Tina Tet Herbal Shop. Hey, now wait. Tina Tet Hayan, see clear.
Shines brighter in the darkness, and the time is free and on the strongest.
Diana Wright, first of all, is a Jamaican. Yes, I'm a Jamaican. I was born in a little parish, a beautiful little parish called Clarendon, outside of Kingston. Everybody knows Kingston, but Clarendon is where I come from. I am a singer, I am an author, I am a songwriter, I am a poetess, and I am an actress, right? I do the whole, I've been doing this for many, many years. And so basically that's who I am. I'm anything art, everything art, that's me. You think art and you think Diana. Yeah. I do reggae music, I do inspirational music, I do cultural music, I do gospel, if you call it gospel. You know, I just do uplifting, clean music. Even the 12-year-old can listen to it. You know, or the adult, if you feel like it needs some motivation or so. The kind of music I do will really, you know, motivate you, and that's basically what I do, reggae predominantly. Even though they say you can't. Okay, so the inspiration behind Bed of Roses is this. I actually, you know, bad to bad, as we say in Jamaica, there's that little stigma that has always been going on, that, you know, most men are not good men, and you don't really have good men, especially like if they're poor and they can't take care of you. Women have 2 hands and 2 feet too, so you're crippled, you know. You don't necessarily need somebody to take care of you. What you need is a man with a good heart who loves you and who will work with you so you can build an empire. So Bed of Roses is really in the defense of men, and so also to really rewrite the narrative that if a man is poor and can't take care of him, that he's no good. Not good for you, which is a lie. You understand? So there are lots of men out there who don't have a lot of money, but they are good and upright men. You know, they just want someone to work with them and someone to motivate them. And so that song was really, you know, to celebrate good men who don't necessarily have a lot of money.
Nice little ranch down the Ochi. Well, if I veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, the GMO in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation when a Sunday.
Bed of Roses is available to the public on our platform called 16 Bars Multimedia. So on the website it will be the 16BARS M as in Mary, M as in Mary.com. So that is 16barsmm.com. Definitely. I'm available for live performances any day of the week. So you can contact me on, first of all, you can reach out to me on my Instagram as Empress Diana, and my Diana has 2 N's. So that's Empress, which is DIANNA. So that's Empress Diana, that's my IG. And also you can also, you know, send me a link or something on our YouTube. Our YouTube is the same name of our website, 16 Bars Multimedia. We have lots of work there. You can reach us there, and also you can reach us at 16barsmm@outlook.com. So that is 16. This time is the word all spelled out. 16barsmm@outlook.com. And if you choose, when you go on our website, which is the same 16barsmm.com, you can go to the contact page and send us a message. You understand? And usually we respond within a couple of hours. All right. So that's basically it. And I'm sure at the end of this, you will have a number somewhere to contact us. All right. So that's it. That's what I do. And keep the music locked. Yes, I bless.
Nice little ranch down a Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me now go hungry. Come and say, Luchi and moving away pantry. Give me a firm foundation.
Sorry. Oh, Doc. Yes, and you walk, Doc. I want to know why you did. Who knows why she I've said, do I need to tell you, ma? No, see the young kukru. So, your stomach was up, said the young. Had been so as I become. And then, crying, meaning, said, if you're forcing a, I don't know.
Test results naturally say when you malaria when you moji.
Yeah, 3D.
Yes, malaria. Nani yem no so we no here. Tinatet tomac and a tinatet malake. Famano nano ho betono.
Malake, anything at a tumac. I'm on my free.
Tinatet malake, eyama ubia wenya malaria fever. Ena tinatet tomac mixture, eyama ubia wenya indigestion. Yenshishwe mumu se wenya malaria and sana wafa edrui. Not recommended for children below 12 years. Pregnant or lactating mothers should consult a doctor.
Wow, skip a judge.
Blackpot, KOKO show.
This is the Black Pot, aka KOKO Show, where we speak truth to power. Thanks so much to all our sponsors. We love you. We appreciate you. Chick Luxury Beauty Home. We thank you. We thank you so much, PJ's Asset Cleaner. Thank you so much. We also want to appreciate you wherever you are. Bring your businesses here. Let's make the world see what you're doing. The more the African businesses prosper, the more we prosper. Next thing that I want to look at is this. Watch it. And what is it saying? Employment, not government's calabash of cocoa. You are used to hearing cup of tea. You are in Africa. Calabash of cocoa. Kura. When it's so hot, you go. Then it's like, my brother, my sister, who is saying this? Remember last week we brought you another story with some intellectual telling us that, hey, and that was supposed to be Joe Wise. They are doing intellectualism with us. This is the rector of Gimpa, right? That's him. And he's also saying that it's not the duty of the government to provide employment. Watch this. Government doesn't owe you a job. Find it or create it. And that's Gimpa Rector telling the youth. Let's read. Watch it. Rector of the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, Gimpa, Professor Samuel Kwekubonsu, has admonished the youth to eschew the notion of self-entitlement, which makes them believe that government ought to create jobs for them at all costs. According to the development aspect, the business of the state is simply to ensure that there is an enabling environment for many employment opportunities to be created for persons seeking employment. Professor Bonsu says pragmatic examples of developed nations around the world support his strongly held views that government's business is not to create jobs. I'll read the line and I'm done. The government doesn't owe anybody a job. In fact, really, nobody owes anybody a job. It is up to us as individuals looking for jobs to find them or create them. He told Blessed Soga, host of the Pulse on Joy News, Friday, October 7, 2020. Dash it away. Now, the government in power says it has created, did you hear that? Created 5 million jobs. Why did the government have to do that if it's not the government's duty to do that? Why did Nana Akufo-Addo tell us that he will give us so much job that will be so fed up? People from Ukraine and people from Pakistan and all the tan will be the people coming in to be employed because there will be so much work. All Ghanaians will be employed. You remember they told us that? When President Kufuor was here, remember that they made Shoeshine Boys and the rest of them go to the Liberation Square to write their names for jobs. If it's not the government's duty, why did they do that? Why do they use it to campaign every now and then? Watch this. That's the same question that was asked. When asked about the penchant for politicians to promise jobs for the youth in party manifestos and at campaign rallies, Professor Bonsu said, I am not going to promise anybody a job because I don't think it is anybody's role to promise anybody a job. It is not the government's role to create these jobs. It is the individual. Dash it away. For me, I think this is irresponsible behavior for any government to think that you don't have to create jobs. You take all our money. You tax us. And yours is to create an enabling environment. What is that enabling environment? What is that? I don't get it. Is it to give us space to operate as businesses? Or so what is government's business? It's crazy. So government is only responsible for employment for ministers, dirty government officials. Right? Who employs the Minister of State? Who employs, my brother, my sister, the Minister of Employment? Why do we have the Minister of Employment in the first place? To what? Create enabling environment for employment. Please, let's get into it. And do not let this intellectualism cripple us. You are not creating jobs. What are you doing? Creating enabling environments for jobs. My brother, my sister, we need to look at this very, very carefully. Or else we are in trouble. But let me just encourage the government in power. Elections are coming. Make sure that you tell the people that it's not your duty to create employment. And that when you come, you will create the necessary enabling environment for jobs to be created, but you will not create any jobs. And you will not employ anybody. And see, only cockroaches and lizards will vote for you. Even them, they will think twice. Dash it away, let's deal with the next thing. Next thing I quickly want to look at is this. Iron ore discovered in Oti region. Where is the Oti region? It used to be part of the Volta region, right? Oti region. Now, iron ore has been discovered. Look at it. What do we use iron ore for? We use it to build so many different things that iron can do. We use it to build ships, aeroplanes, and so many different things. We get that from iron ore. Iron ore is very important. In fact, it is used in architecture. It is used in industry. Almost everything. We have a certain percentage of iron ore lingering somewhere, ready to be used. It's very important. And it's been discovered in commercial quantities. These days, when I hear that we have discovered any mineral, I don't get excited. You know why? Because the more we get these things, the more we fight and the more we kill each other. We discover this and we leave this in the hands of foreigners. What happened to Anglo Gold Ashanti? All of a sudden, Anglo Gold Ashanti, we don't have any shares in that. Everything is for foreigners. Japan is here. They want to sell everything. What a useless country. Watch the headlines. Iron ore discovered in Oti region. And this is the minister. Let's read quickly. This is the minister. And what does he say? The Oti regional minister, Joshua G. Makuba, has revealed that iron ore has been discovered in the region. Addressing the media on Sunday, he said the discovery of iron ore would transform the country's economy. I want to advise people in Accra to start looking for land in the Oti region, because what is going to take Ghana from our current state to a very industrialized nation has been found in the Oti region, and that is the iron ore. Look at it. In percentages, all that, baby, dash it away. I told you I'm not excited anymore when we say we have discovered something. The gold couldn't do anything for us. The diamonds, nothing. The oil, nothing. We have all the cocoa, yet we do not produce significant amounts of chocolate in this country. What else do you use cocoa for? Is it for snuff? Or what? My brother, my sister, this is what is happening to us in this country. And it's very sad. He says people should start coming to Oti region. Very soon, the whole place will be inundated. Population would increase over there. Fights. Foreigners will come in, take over the land, and they will start killing each other again. My brother, my sister. Now this reminds me of Yatiahu. Bafo Yakoto, the father of the current Agric minister. Remember, they said under Nkrumah, they were not ready to use their gold money to develop other parts of Ghana. Because of that, they were breaking away. They didn't want us to be like this. Like this, that was their symbol. Today, almost every region in Ghana has discovered some mineral. Remember Osafo Mafo, who said, nobody in Ghana coming from a region where there are no natural resources should ever be president. Such a dumb advisor to the president. He's the dumbest minister I've seen in the history of this country. My brother, my sister, today Oti region has something. Northern region has something. Eastern region has something. Central region has just discovered one of the biggest things the world needs. What are we saying? Should we say the same things? Dash it away, let me deal with the next thing. Is this the last one? Bank of Ghana fights World Bank over inflation blame. Well, there's, deal with the headlines properly. There's inflation in the country. Bank of Ghana says, you cannot blame us. So, World Bank, why do you blame us and say that we did not run the country well, that we should have done some fiscal, fiscal as in FISCAL, fiscal movements, left, right, and center to be able to deal with the thing. It's not our fault, too. It's not our fault. That is what World Bank is saying. World Bank fights, Bank of Ghana fights World Bank over inflation blame. Look at the headlines. Watch it. Don't blame us for worsening inflation rate. Bank of Ghana tells World Bank. Let's read. The Bank of Ghana has refuted the World Bank's assertion that it is responsible for the increasing rate of inflation in the country. According to the central bank, it cannot be blamed for the rising inflation which has affected various goods and services. Announcing a monetary policy increment on Thursday, that's a 200 basis points increase to 24.5%. The governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, explained that the rising inflation rate is not a result of delay in tightening the monetary rate. Go to the next page. What is it saying? When you watch this and you read the story further, you know what it says? It says that, it's not because of the monetary tightening, it's not because of tightening the monetary policy rate, but it is all because, as they always say, Ukraine, Russian war, what's that thing called COVID-19 and all that. My brother, my sister, as if they are the only country in the world that suffered that. It's a blame game. But some other person has reason to think that the government of Ghana has been reckless. Watch this. Government is clueless on how to resolve economic crisis. And this is Alex Mould. Who is Alex Mould? Oh, okay. I think I know this man. He's the former something for petroleum somewhere. He used to be with the petroleum people, right? What is the story saying? Former Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC. Okay. Alex Mould says President AKUFO-ADDO'S government has run out of ideas on how to run the economy. According to Mr. Mould, government's inability to cut down on expenditure is largely the reason for which Ghana's economy is in its current state. Dash it out. They won't cut down expenditure. When you read it further, it says borrowing, 1 ton borrowing. 1 ton borrowing. Reckless borrowing. Which will throw the budget out of sync. That is it. So World Bank is right. You can joke with what the World Bank is saying. What Professor, what's his name? Talking about all of them. You can joke with them. But the reality will come. Dash it away. Let's deal with the next. Finally, and I'm about to go, I'm going to spend only 5 seconds on this. Evidence galore about AKUFO-ADDO'S GALAMSEY officials. The president has people in his government who are doing GALAMSEY. And the evidence is coming out. More will come out. These are not my words. We will provide evidence of GALAMSEY, Dr. Ken Ashigbe tells AKUFO-ADDO. Who is Ashigbe? Oh, I know this man. I worked with him at Multimedia before. He's a very cool man. At a point, he worked at Graphic. Yeah, I think so. I know him. I know this man. Yeah, very nice man. So what's the story saying? Governor of Media Coalition Against GALAMSEY, Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe, has intimated that he's ready to take President AKUFO-ADDO on his words to provide evidence in relation to involvement of persons associated with government in illegal mining. His assertion comes against the backdrop of President AKUFO-ADDO'S promise to deal with members of his government found to be complicit in illegal mining activities if the evidence is provided. The president said this whilst addressing a meeting with the National House of Chiefs on Wednesday. According to the president, he has for several years been struggling with the fight against GALAMSEY, hence persons linked with government cannot continue to compromise efforts against the menace. He therefore called for persons with evidence to provide it for the necessary action to be taken against those complicit in GALAMSEY. Jesus. And when you read it further, it fingers Chairman Wontumi as the king of the GALAMSEYs and the queen is Aisha Wang. They are in a marriage for GALAMSEY. And it goes on and on and on. Ashigbe says he's going to provide evidence. Dash it away. I think we have enough evidence. They are there. Where's Charles Bisu? Anas Admiral Anas has provided us with enough evidence. In the interim, my name Blakk Rasta. When we return, we shall do more. Remember that we speak truth to power. And we need you to do business with us. Our numbers are on the screen. Make sure you pick up the numbers. Talk to us. We will make sure your business reaches its ultimate audience. In the interim, I thank you for coming along with us on this journey of Pan-Africanism and consciousness. Hey! Whoa!